Hello everyone! Welcome to the 19th episode of The Ruins of Warsaw. I'm Alexandra and I'm the storyteller.
Hi, I'm Dolores and I'm playing Janina of Clan Bruja.
Hi, I'm Aurora and I'm playing Mara of Clan Nosferatu.
Thank you so much for being with us to continue this story. We hope you will enjoy it. As you can already see, we sadly don't have Faye this week with us. So we will focus on the, next adventures of Janina and Mara, and the time they're now going to be spending with Anarchs first, and hopefully Faye will be back with us in 2 weeks, and then we will catch up with Bea and see what she got up to in the meantime. So just a quick recap. Last session, the coterie got to know the people who rescued them from Sabat a bit better. Janina spoke to her sire, managing to, maybe not reconcile, but establish some kind of understanding after she was very scared of that interaction. They got to know the group known as Anarchs. They got to know some of the conflicts within that group relating to a gangrel who died in a rescue attempt of Daniel's, Janina's sire, another child who never left. And regarding the possible contact with Camarilla right now, there was also conflict. There was also a lot of thinking about what to do with Janina feeling she can't go back to the Camarilla, and Mara determined to stay with her, while Bea, despite trying, couldn't resist the call of her blood calling her back to her sire to go back. So after rather unfortunate feeding escapade, which was much more eventful and took much longer than was expected, the coterie, after returning to Anarch hideouts in the old water tower in Łazienki Park, split while Bea left for Hotel Bristol, escorted by Izydor, the child of Zygmunt, the Bruja Primogen, and Janina and Mara went with Daniel and Nina to Riador to look for some blood for Janina, who wasn't able to feed because of certain accidents that occurred before. And this is where we're picking up. You are walking away through the Łazienki Park, away from the water tower, the two of you holding hands. Daniel is walking ahead. He has a rifle across his arms. Nina is walking not quite with him, more to the side, but staying close as well. Both walking slowly, carefully, looking around. You're crossing the park. It is quite dark here. There is some moonlight that illuminates your path, but no other light is available. You have to be careful and watch your steps, walking over broken branches, dry leaves, ripe chestnuts that have fallen from the trees. And you're sneaking through the darkness towards the exit from the park, where you get to a fence. Daniel and Nina just proceed to climbing over. You can also do this without much difficulty. And you are outside, seeing the ruins of the city before you once again. Just the dark shapes of what remains of the buildings in your city. Nina and Daniel look to you. Mara, are you obfuscated?
Probably as soon as we reach like civilization, I'll disappear, and I'll heal 1 point of damage. I think
Of course, no
it can be
problem.
a good idea.
You got
You
quite a
know-
bit of blood last time.
You know, we with hunting, we are not very lucky usually. Maybe better be prepared.
So you heal up. Do you have any damage left?
Yes, I have 4 points of damage still.
Okay, so you are feeling your body healing itself, closing some of the wounds and broken bones, but you are still in pain. You still need much more until you're fully back to your old self. And you disappear as soon as you cross the fence. Janina, you see, but Mara is gone. She walks into shadows near you, and then you don't see her anymore.
I'm gonna walk the same way. Just
So
not
you-
hold everyone's hand.
Yeah. No, you can't quite hold hands now. So you keep walking. Can you both roll me your alertness and perception with difficulty 8?
My penalty still applies, right?
Your penalties apply, yes.
I have, what is the difficulty?
8.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes.
No.
No. So Mara, you just keep walking. Janina, you notice as you're walking several, 3, then 4 rats standing on some stones near you. Well, not quite near you, like on the other side of the street, just climbing over the rubble and all looking in your direction, kind of scattering along as you're walking. And you see Nina and Daniel also glance in that direction.
I'm gonna whisper to Daniel, should we be worried? And glance towards the rats.
Yeah. They're fucking watching us. And you see he's reaching for his rifle. Looking to Nina. At this point, Mara, you realize that they all have they are all congregating together, and Daniel is taking a rifle off his shoulder. They are glancing towards the other side of the street.
I see, following his gaze, I see the rats.
I think by now you can, yes. Like now your attention has been drawn.
I can talk to them. I can talk to them with my super powerful animalism 1.
So you're attempting to, you want to go towards them?
Yes.
Okay. Right, so the rats are looking towards you.
I try to call them, to make them, or one of them approach me.
So you try to establish, you have to establish eye contact with them in order to speak to them. You don't have the power to quite summon them yet, so you have to come up to them.
Yes. And that I'll do. Well, if there are no people around watching that can watch the scene.
Not really, no, not here.
Okay.
You're still not quite far from the park.
Okay. So I'll go to the rats and.
Just roll me your wits and stealth with difficulty 7. I want to check something.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Botch.
You have a botch. Okay.
I'm still healing. It's not my full potential.
All right. No, I'm not gonna do too much with it because you don't actually do anything to draw attention to yourself. I just wanted to see if Nina can see you.
Yes. I
Yeah.
think I heal again, just to have less penalty.
How much blood do you have left? I know you had quite a bit.
6 now.
Oh, 6. So you're still fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I'm.
Okay. You're still all right. So you approach the rats. One of them is looking towards you, staring straight at you.
Doing, I don't know, squeaky rat's language noises. I try to tell him to, I don't know, sit on my lap or something like that, to speak with him.
Okay, roll your manipulation and the animal can with difficulty 7. Actually, difficulty 8 because there is an extra circumstance that makes it harder.
No.
Nope. The rat just looks to you and you feel its disdain for you.
I try to.
It communicates with you. It communicates that it doesn't follow your orders. It's completely unimpressed with you as a being.
Damn. No, I cannot be defeated by a rat. I try to, in squeaky rat language, I don't know how. I try to ask who is his master, their master. I don't know.
So you don't need to roll to talk to it.
Okay.
So better. You try to ask it.
Who is the big rat commanding him?
And you get a sense of fear coming from it, fear and admiration. And you get an image of a tall creature, a humanoid shape, which appears almost like a shadow. Its head looks a little bit weird, a little bit disfigured, not quite natural.
It seems Undertaker to me, or one of the other Sabbat Nosferatu.
It's not. It doesn't seem quite like the figure of Gravedigger, who is kind of hunched. This one is more straighter, taller, more imposing, and you get this feeling that you're nothing compared to it, and this rat despises you because its master could destroy you with one move and one glance. That's what gets communicated back to you.
Okay. I'm the rat has just made an enemy for life, because I will remember this is disdain forever. But I go back to the group.
So meanwhile, you are going. Meanwhile, Janina, you see that Daniel is taking off his rifle and going to aim, and Nina puts her hand on the rifle and leans in and whispers, "Just wait, you don't want to accidentally hurt the other one." And he is just nods his head, but has his eyes fixated on the rat, exchanging glances with Nina, who also takes out a knife. What do you do? Do you do anything, or do you just wait?
You're asking me?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Mara.
Okay, sorry.
This is happening as Mara is talking to the rat.
Okay. Well, if I see that Nina, if I hear what she says to Daniel, and I probably realize that Mara, knowing Mara, that I think she could be like, if she noticed that she could go towards the rats, and I'm gonna towards them as well, just to be safe.
So you want to start walking towards them.
Yes.
As you do that, Daniel tries to stop you. Like, just kind of stretches out his hand and shakes his head.
I will stop, but I will call Mara, come back to us.
So Mara, as you finishing the conversation with the rat, left with this sense of fear, admiration, and contempt for you, and fear and admiration for the master, you hear Janina speak out, calling to you.
I go back to the group.
At this point, Nina nods her head, and Daniel fires the rifle, and you hear this deafening noise near you as he fires, and then he scream, and he's there holding his hand as clearly something went wrong. The rifle fired into his hand. And the rats scurry away. Nina attempts to go after them with a knife, moving very quickly.
I'm gonna attend to Daniel.
So you come up to Daniel, and you see him. The rifle just useless, having like backfired.
Oh my god. I'm gonna take the rifle from him.
You take he throws it and swears like, fuck's sake, and he's holding his hand, which is dripping blood, and you are hungry, and you smell the blood. How many blood points do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2 blood points. Yeah. So you smell the blood and you see his blood-stained hand. As he's holding it up, like looking at it and swearing. Please roll me your self-control. You can only have 2 die. Difficulty is 6.
Oh, 2 successes.
2 successes.
Incredible.
Okay, so you can control yourself, but you feel this hunger. You fixate.
When I see it, I'm just put my face away from it and make a step back and ask him, "Are you all right?"
And he looks to you. He kind of puts his hand in his pocket at this point, pocket of his coat, and looks to you. Yeah, I'll be fine. Fuck's sake. And he kicks the rifle.
Well, they are not under any Nosferatu, I know, so
are you still obfuscated? Or are you talking to us? No, not obfuscated.
I'm talking to you because, well, yeah. If there are people around,
there are no people at this point. Although there was the firing of a rifle, so you both would get the sense that someone might make their way if they were in the vicinity.
Okay,
to check fairly soon.
Okay, I'll go back hiding in the shadows.
Yeah. And Daniel says, "We're gonna have to move."
Right.
Nina, how are you doing? And Nina is just there on the rubble, just shaking her head. No, they got away. She puts her knife away. Right, let's go. Daniel pushes both his hands deep in his pockets, looking visibly frustrated with everything. Just looks to you, and the sooner you do, the better.
Right. Thank you.
And they keep walking. I presume you follow.
Yes.
So you follow across the street. And you hear some footsteps running towards you from a certain direction. Daniel, Nina glance to each other, glance to you. Fuck, let's hide. And they dive into one of the ruined buildings, pulling you, Janina, inside as well.
All right.
I remain out near their hiding place, but a bit outside, so I can see what's going on.
So yeah, you stay
I'm
there.
obfuscated, so.
And a moment after they hide, you see two militiamen running towards where you were previously, where Daniel attempted to fire his rifle. But they run past you, not seeing any of you. And as you are hidden in the ruins, when the footsteps become quieter, Daniel and Nina emerge from the building, looking to you. And Nina should be okay now.
Right.
Nina smiles at you. How are you holding up, dear?
Well, could be better, but I feel confident when I have all of you here. That in case of need, you will control me.
Of course we will.
Thank you.
Right, let's move out of here quickly.
Yes.
And you continue along the street, turning into another street and another. And eventually you come across two men, workers, standing on a corner, smoking. There is a wheelbarrow next to them with some tools. One of them is wearing a coat that is a bit too small for him. Another has a shirt, jacket, and a cap on his head. And they're just chatting and smiling with their cigarettes. They don't quite see you yet. You're in a bit in the distance, but you see them in the street in a light of a street lamp. Nina smiles at it. Smiles to you, Janina. That's perfect. And she comes up to you. Right, well, let's try to fix you a bit. And she starts arranging your hair to make it a little bit more presentable.
I will let her, but it's very uncomfortable for me because I'm not used to others touching me except like my sisters.
Yeah. And she turns to Daniel. Oh, darling, can you give her your coat for a bit? Her clothes clearly show she's been through, well, a lot. We might try to fix that later. And Daniel takes off his coat and gives it to you.
And I will put it on.
You will just alarm them a little bit less. Come on, let's go.
And I follow her.
And she starts leading you, turning to Daniel. Daniel, stay close, won't you? In case she needs help. He just nods his head, and he is walking behind you, but not quite catching up with you.
I'm probably glancing around, just trying. I know I won't see Mara, but I just want to make sure that she knows.
What
I know
do you
about
do?
her.
Well,
Mara is following the girls close by. Like
Okay.
she's working with them, but she's not visible. But
Okay,
she's like
so you
walking like she was having a walk with them, but she's not.
all right, so you're staying close to them. And as you're emerging into the light, the workers notice you. Nina smiles brightly and waves at them, coming up to them, leaving you a little bit behind, but gesturing to follow.
Yeah, I very casually follow her.
And she just comes up. Good evening, boys. Busy day. And they look to her, a bit startled, but then smile, clearly both being in a good mood. Oh, well, you know, rebuilding the city, working very hard. Yes, we've been removing the rubble all day, but the capital will reemerge thanks to people like us. Nina comes up to one of them, doesn't quite hug one, but stands very close, smiling. Well, I'm sure it will. Tell me, would you spare a cigarette? For two ladies. Would you like one, my dear? She turns to you.
Yes, of course. And I try my best to smile and appear like copy her style, but I'm doing it a bit less naturally.
And they're, of course, like, oh, right, yes, of course, clearly looking to her. And she's just smiling very brightly at them. They offer her a cigarette. She leans in very close to both of them to let one of them light the cigarette. And gestures to you, Janina, to come up.
I'm coming up and I'm trying to take the other cigarette.
So you take another cigarette. And she says, my friend is a bit shy, but I'm sure she will get into the spirit of things soon enough. Tell me, how is it working right now? It is getting colder. The night comes faster. It's been raining so much. You must get very cold working like that all day. And she is now just putting her arm around one of them. He doesn't seem to mind at all. And they are responding to her as she's chatting them up. Janina, what do you do?
Well, I will take the cigarette and I pretend to put it in my mouth, and I'm probably like nodding and smiling and trying to insert myself into the conversation, but a bit less intrusive as she does, because that's just not my style. I'm just like nodding and just like
roll your charisma and subterfuge.
Oh my God.
With difficulty 6.
All right. The penalties apply, right?
Yes.
Okay. I have 1 success. No, 2. I had 9
All
and
right.
7.
So the other guy, the one in a cap on his head, is taking some interest in you, asking you about what you do, where you work.
I'm saying the nurse story as always.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very interested in. No, he's praising that. He's half listening, more looking at you than listening. And Nina is completely at this point in the face of this other guy, distracting him completely. And he's hugging her back at this point and just exchanges a glance and a smile with his friend as he does that. And she is just wrapping herself more around him, turning him sort of away from his friend.
All right. When she turns him around, so the the one that she's hugging can't watch him. And I'm probably lean more closer, and I'm just try to touch my hand for his face, just like stroke him and just try to reciprocate his interest.
You do that, yes. You had a successful role before, so he definitely is interested in you, and I presume you will attempt to bite him.
I will.
So you bite in, and you feel the delicious taste of Vita and the ecstasy that comes with drinking. And please roll me for self-control. Difficulty is 8, and you have this 2 dice for your black points.
No success.
No success. Okay, so Mara, you are nearby.
You know it.
And you see this whole thing with Nina chatting the guys up and distracting one of them completely. And before even Janina does it, you see that Nina just sinks her fangs into the guy's neck and is drinking. And Janina does the same a moment after.
I'm already nearby, ready to act, because just been there, seen that.
So you're nearby, ready to act, and you see Nina leave the guy, just move away from him, leave him on the ground, pick up her cigarette, and stand sort of to the side, but Janina keeps drinking. And you see Daniel also moving in, coming up closer, now running. Do you wish to do anything? Are you attempting to?
If I realize that Janina is not stopping as usual.
She is not stopping. Yes, you see that she is not stopping.
Okay, normal. I try to grab her by the shoulders and make her stop.
Okay.
I'm a bit stronger now, so maybe
yes, Janina, roll me your strength and roll and your potence. And Janina, you don't have your penalties now because you're in frenzy. Mara, give me the same roll.
I have
difficulty
2 successes.
6 for both of you.
I have 2.
1.
So you can't pull. You start sort of pulling her off. You can't quite. She is too strong. But Daniel comes up, and yeah, no problem. So you're trying to pull her off, but she is holding on, and you can't quite. You can like almost, but she's still holding on. And a moment later, Daniel comes on and also grabs Janina by her shoulders and pulls her away together with you, helping you. And you are both holding her as she's thrashing. Janina, you can get 3 blood points.
Well, better than nothing.
Oh, okay. Janina, you didn't botch your roll.
Yes.
So at this point, you can roll again for self-control.
All right. It's the
difficulty.
Same.
I think difficulty right now will be 7.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes. So you regain awareness of your surroundings. There are 2 people holding you. You remember the delicious taste of Vita that now it's missing. And at first you're angry that it's missing. But then you regain a control of yourself and you realize Daniel and Mara are holding you very tightly, both of them.
I'm all right. Thank you to both of you. And as soon as I'm back in control, I'm glanced towards the guy. I'm
it's
glancing.
getting better.
Sorry. Oh, you are talking to Janina, okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna check the guy and lick the wound.
Roll me your medicine and intelligence with difficulty 7.
Where is the medicine? All right. Does the penalty apply?
Yes.
What is the difficulty?
7.
I have 9 and 1, so no success.
He seems fine.
All right.
He's unconscious right now, but should be
I'm
fine.
gonna put him towards a wall, so he was like in a sitting position.
So you're trying to do that, and at this point, Nina comes up towards you. The other guy is like groaning, and she says, "We should move away from here."
All right. I hope he's gonna be all right.
Yes.
Let's hope so.
Fine.
And I will leave with the others, but I'm probably still glancing towards the guy, trying to catch if he's breathing and if he's like trying to wake up or something.
So, as you're glancing back, you see, you hear, like you see his friend who regained consciousness is sort of looking around. Yeah, you okay? And he's sort of shaking him and seeming very worried. But you think the guy should be fine.
I look around to see if I catch glances of the rats from before.
Roll your perception and alertness with difficulty 8.
Because paranoia is the way. No, botch.
No, it's fine. You're certain there are no
fine.
rats around.
No rats in this place.
No. And you're moving along the street and then into a narrower alley where you are hidden in the shadows and can just rest a little bit, get a moment. Nina just looks to you. Well, that was close, but
I'm
you
glad I brought you.
seem to have handled it well. Oh, don't worry, darling. It happens to many.
But you're very, very good at you're very good at hunting.
Well, we all have our talents, don't we?
Very true. Well, it went the former rat's side. It went well. It had gone worse in other occasions. This is well, but the rats.
Yeah.
Daniel.
They are. Their master is a Nosferatu, but not a Nosferatu I ever seen. So either I don't know. Probably is with Camarilla. I haven't met. I think all Camarilla Nosferatu. Or there are
Daniel
more
just
Sabata Nosferatu.
Looks to you. I don't think that's Camarilla. All these fuckers come from Sabat. Pretty sure of that.
I'm not sure. I mean, it could be. It means there are Sabbat Nosferatu. We had not had yet the pleasure to meet because they were not answering to any of the true Nosferatu, but
Nina takes big, just breathes in and breathes out a lot of smoke, still holding on to her cigarette, forcing her lungs to do that. I really wish this was Camarilla, but I'm afraid we won't be so lucky.
So we have one more Nosferatu to worry about.
Don't we all? I mean, not just Nosferatu. That came out wrong. I meant another one, Sabat. And she looks to you and I was like, sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It just came out wrong.
Don't worry, it's my payment for all the jokes about toreadors that I do daily, so don't worry. It's karma. Anyway.
I feel less guilty now that you mention it.
Anyway, I don't know. I mean, a rat is not exactly like a deep and knowledgeable creature, but if we have to listen to the rat, their master is quite powerful, but is a rat. Maybe, I mean, a big dog is powerful to a rat, I suppose. I don't have much trust in these animals, but I don't know. Maybe for ants, they are seeing something.
Nina just looks to you. Darling, your optimism is astounding. Always looking at the bright side, eh?
I mean...
Well, anyway, says Daniel, these fuckers have been watching us for a while now. One day they'll make a move.
They are not. They still haven't made a move against you.
Well, they made some moves. They got Nella.
How did they get her? What happened?
They attacked us. Well, a group of us. I was trying to save her. Fucking wasn't able to, and then they just fucked off with her.
Fuck. I suppose we don't have a plan yet against them.
Yeah. Not the one I know of. Nina just says, I have my thoughts on the topic. She looks like, well, I know you fucking do.
That are? I don't know them.
I think we should go back to the Camarilla as soon as possible.
I mean, I try to be objective. Janina can't, so we have not that option. But if you are talking about being safe, yes, it will be safer. But I don't know. Probably the prince and all the pretty ladies and lords. They're better than me. But from what I saw, a lot of rules, a lot of way to fuck up and end up badly. But they need help right now with Sabat, so I get the sense that for a while they will probably be not as strict as they would like in normal circumstances. But I don't know. I I have known you for like one night, and I already like you far more than that. So
Nina smiles. Well, I like to think that we're a charming sort, if not much else.
and probably and you in particular. And I point to Nina. I don't know. Your jokes aside, your Primogen, your Toreador boss is really bad news.
I don't think he's as bad news as Sabat.
No, you will probably not hang you on a cross. I agree, but I get the sense that he's the kind of man that can hurt you in other ways, and I don't know if they are better or worse than being nailed to a cross.
Well,
My Primogen is she doesn't like me, but she's not bad. Your one doesn't like me, and he is bad.
Well, I don't know your current Primogen.
Wolf.
From Wolf. No, I don't think so. I remember, well, I guess something happened to him, or he's gone.
Yes.
One way or another. Listen, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I think you may be a bit too hasty about abandoning Camarilla. I wouldn't if I was in your place. You might also be wrong about Janina not being able to come back. Didn't you say you worked for the Ventral?
Mara seems suddenly deep in thought for a moment. Then she seemed to focus again on the conversation. I mean, I don't know your story, so I don't know why you are here and why you are not there. You probably are safer with them, yes. Especially if you don't have a plan. I don't know. The problem is, you could be right about Janina too. But if you are wrong, and if the prince asks for her head, I mean, I'd prefer to die a more meaningful death than trying to stop the prince. Just saying. Because I will not stand aside while they kill Janina.
Am I listening to all of this?
You are,
Yes.
unless you did something. I presume you are listening to all of
Yes, I'm not.
this.
It's not a secret. Like I'm talking to every. I was meaning to talk to everyone, like what we are going to do.
Daniel is also listening, although he appears to be in thoughts, kind of kicking some stone along the street. And
I also. I mean, I have. I don't know. I don't like them, honestly. And I'm already used to live on my own, so I don't have. Well,
Daniel
no.
says at this point, yeah, I don't fucking like them either. And he kicks the stone he's been kind of kicking back and forth, like quite far, so it hits some far off wall.
They're also, but I don't know. I also just had some sort of epiphany, maybe, but it's bad news, so I don't know if you want to hear it.
Nina looks Daniel, Janina, I think you might have some things to discuss about feeding. She looks to you, Janina. I believe your sire could help you understand some things a little bit better. And I'll talk to your friend here in the meantime.
I look at Daniel.
Daniel looks, yeah, smooth. She looks at him. I don't mean to get rid of you. I just think you're like this big sauerkraut, you know, a storm hanging over all of us. That's all your mood. You could do something useful and guide your child for a change. She needs to learn to control the calling of her blood, doesn't she? And he just looks around. Suppose. Wanna take a stroll, Janina?
Sure, of course. And I glanced at Mara.
I look at Janina like I'd like to like say no, she's incredible hunter, but then I like no, okay. So I'm looking at Janina like encouragingly, like you can do that. And I also probably Mara glance more closely to Nina, like okay, she's more than she seems, at least in Mara's opinion.
Mara's opinion. Mara's opinion. Mara's opinion.
Mara's opinion.
That hashtag needs to happen.
So Janina, Daniel starts walking with you along the street. What is going through your head, Janina? You've been listening to this conversation, you've been feeding, you are still feeling a bit hungry, but less so.
Well, since they discuss Nella and stuff, I probably, that's why I didn't join the conversation, because I was deep in thought. And then when Mara started to saying that she would never let the prince kill me alone, and I really wanted to talk to her, but I didn't want to talk between when she's with Nina. So I will leave that conversation when we are alone. So that is probably what's going in my head.
And you walk away with Daniel. Meanwhile, Nina turns to you. Mara gives you a smile. Right, I see that you care deeply about your friend and want to find a solution that's best for her.
Yes, I am.
So I'm gonna be honest about something hardly anyone is honest about. We are not going to survive here. No matter what anyone says. Daniel, well, I don't want of him expressing his disapproval and frenzying on us right now.
Oh.
But he is too damaged to see what things are like, and Zoya is too stubborn. She's the type who would fight to the death no matter how many people get hurt in the process. And Oscar is too traumatized by his time at court to think straight, but we can't hold out on your own. The Sabbat has been targeting us, and they will come. We know this. They know this, and it was a nice fantasy staying on their own. But I really hope Izydor will bring the others back into some sort of communication, at least with the Camarilla. I'm not sure he will, though. He can be stubborn as well.
priority is allowing my sister to survive. Bea, the Bancavian, is safe with her sire. No, man, I have my thoughts about her sire, but physically she's safe, and she knows how to move in the Camarilla. She will be fine. Janina, I don't know if she can stay, if she can survive. You will survive. I see you have temperament for this. You will survive. You will thrive, probably. I don't know why you choose them over Camarilla, but I can see you.
Oh, I'm here purely by accident. But I don't complain.
I think there is more to you that meets the eye, and I think that you will do interesting things in Camarilla. But Janina isn't. I want for Janina to survive. I also wanted for Janina to survive being Janina and not becoming. The fight with the Sabbat already took away from her. I don't want her to be something she does not want to be.
I understand that, but I am afraid that's a fight that we can't run away from. Camarilla.
Camarilla now is a good place to be. Now, I get the feeling that they've been very, very polite, very gentle, very kind with us, except your friends from your clan. But it's not out of any kindness of their heart, I think, rather than the need of cannon fodder to throw against the Sabbat. So, I don't know. You probably be welcomed, but as you see from our little adventure, I think they will expect from you that you go through yourself against the Sabbat. And also, I don't know, we survive Sabbat, maybe the Camarilla can survive the Sabbat, but I think that we will see that maybe not every price you pay for survival is worth it. I have seen many of them. They're not. The Sabbat is monstrous. I know. They nailed me. They made me do things. I know. I hate them. I want them dead. But Camarilla are not any better. Are just better dressed. Are just.
Oh, I know. I've been to court. I know what kind of snake pit that can be.
I don't know if we are really safe. We are physically safer, but I don't know. Camarilla took away everything from me. They took away more than Sabbat did, if I have to be honest.
What did they take from you? Exactly.
It's hard to imagine, I know, but I was not born like this. And I have other sisters, I have life. They took away what was before they left Mara. They took away my sire is not a good person. put it like this.
Many aren't, but your sire is not all of Camarilla. And don't get me wrong, I don't think they're lovely people. I'm just trying to survive, and I want my companions here to survive. I'll be honest, I was hoping you could help me talk some sense into them. But I won't force you, of course. I just don't want to see them die on some misguided principle, achieving nothing.
I have the adept will you, and I have to make sure I want to make sure if I can that you are alive and well. The question is that I ask you. Survival is worth any cost to you?
Well, I suppose not any cost. But I certainly think bowing to few self-important assholes is not a very high price for it.
It's just a beginning. But I'm not here to like.
Darling, no offense taken. You'll do what you want. I just wanted to let you know that you might be catastrophizing about Janina. The prince is not unreasonable, you know.
I know, I already plead for another life recently. Okay, I'll talk with Janina. I have my feelings about Camarilla. And I have feelings about what I should do. But I will not drag anyone to a death they don't want. So I'll talk to Janina and see what she thinks first. I'll talk some more with the others, and if I think there is another way, I'll try to persuade them to go back. And I myself will crawl at the prince's feet to let us stay to save all of you. But
wonderful existence of kindred.
Let me talk with them first, too.
Of course.
But I see your point.
I don't want to impose anything on you. After all, we all need to make our own choices in the end. And she gives you a smile and continues smoking the remaining small bit of her cigarette, looking kind of sad and wistful, looking into the distance. What's going through your head, Mara, after this conversation? What are you thinking about? What are you feeling?
Mara is in a very tight spot because she feels like the right thing to do is to stay out of Camarilla, stay on her own or with these Anarchs, because for what she has seen, they seem to be good persons. And if this will cause her death, okay, is not survival is not worth degrading in something in a monster. On the other side, she does not want for the others to die because her morals are her morals. So it is a bit like a moral dilemma right now. From between what she feels it's the right thing to do and saving the others. So she will talk about. She's also have this realization that at the back of her mind of a big bad Nosferatu commanding the form rats and Nosferatu disappearing. That is the back of their mind, like, maybe I should, if I survive, I should look into this. But for now, this is this thing that she does not know what to choose.
Meanwhile, Janina, you walk a little bit with Daniel. He looks to you. So, what do you think about this crawling back to the Camarilla proposition? I think they can go fuck themselves.
Yes, I have no desire to go back. Not only because I'm afraid of my existence, because that's really not the reason. I just don't think that's... We might be safer with them for a while, at least from the Sabbath, but I just feel trapped there because you just have to have this polite and sort of behavior where you bow to everyone and
Janina, you don't have to control your words. They're a bunch of pretentious fuckers. Let's call it what it is.
I'm sorry, I spent too much time with Belle.
Yeah, I can see some of that courtly manners rubbing off on you.
Oh no, if you had seen me in the court, I was terrible.
Yeah, I was useless at the fucking court. Got into more arguments than polite conversations, I think. But hey.
I just hate when they, especially the Toreador Primogen, he's like, he can't forgive that Mara for the first time when we met, that she tried to obfuscate and didn't go in her true self. And I think since then, he just can't wait to any opportunity to snark at her.
I think that was his problem. I mean, I don't know what goes through his fancy head, but Nosferatu seemed to use obfuscates in the Elysium regularly from what I've seen. Generally, I think it's considered impolite to show their true faces.
Well, I don't really care. But
yeah, I don't give a fuck either. Listen, don't think badly of Nina. She's a nice girl. She's not quite cut out for this life. From what I know, she never quite intended to hang out with us. She got picked up somewhere in Warsaw by Izydor.
Yeah, she seems nice.
She survived on her own for quite a bit. I don't know what kind of story is there. I think she had some kind of companion and lost him to Sabbath during the war and then was on her own. I never quite asked, you know. She doesn't seem willing to talk about it.
I think if she wants to go to Camarilla, I think
I don't blame her.
Yes.
But yeah, she has a point. Are you well fed right now?
I have 5 blood.
You are feeling a little bit hungry.
Yeah, it could be better. Still could be better.
You need to drink more. This
probably
is
should.
Something you should repeat until it's burned into your brain. You must always be well fed.
I know
The
that.
moment you feel hunger is when you start killing people. And believe me, you will fucking kill people if you don't take care to stay well fed. I know you've been captured. I don't blame you for what happened now. I guess want to do the right thing, and all of us, I know you don't like feeding. Many go through this, don't like feeding.
avoid it when they can, and then lose control and murder someone.
I know, it's just hard. I'm trying to put it aside until I start to feel it, and I know it's not right.
No, you should never do this. I know it. I know why you would want to, but believe
Just
me.
always such a hassle to find someone else. I'm not as good as Nina with trying, or as Mara with obfuscating. I just didn't find a right way to do it, I guess.
I don't think there really is a right way. But I'm sure you'll find something that works for you. You're strong, you're fast. We all are, our clan. Can probably grab someone off the street and disappear before they know what happened.
It seems stressful.
I know it sounds harsh, but listen, it's a painful lesson, but you hurt people when you feed. But staying well fed is the only way to prevent yourself from hurting them more and murdering somebody.
I know that you're right.
And if you ever feel hungry, if it comes to that, you must, no matter how mentally tired you are, no matter how much you can be bothered, no matter how much you want to let go. And he puts his hands on your arms and is looking into your eyes. You must focus all of yourself on controlling this. You must never think it's gonna be fine. The moment you start thinking it's fine, you're lost. That's the first step towards killing. Remember that, Janina.
I will.
It's the most important thing we must learn. Especially given our fucking curse. And he turns away, but still he keeps his hands on your shoulders, gripping fairly tightly. Not uncomfortably so, but fairly tightly.
I know. You're right in everything you say. I promise I will try to feed more often.
He looks to you, gives you this kind of dark, hopeless look. I only know because I fucked up enough times. It fucking hurts like hell.
It really does.
And some people are gone. Which is the more important thing? He lets go of one hand. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this. You probably have been told all of that before.
I probably was by Felicia, Bea's sire.
You were, but never quite with that insistence. Felicia would tell you it is important that you still well fed. It is important that you focus because it causes trouble if you drink too much, if you lose control. But she would never have this quite insistent, and she would never go that deep into the bruja side of it and the emotional side of it.
All right. How are you holding up?
Shakes his head. I'll survive.
What do you want to do? I mean, with the Camarilla?
She looks to you. Roll perception and empathy.
Oh,
Difficulty
check.
7.
Don't forget that I have penalties.
Insight check.
1 success.
One success. So he looks to you again with this dark, hopeless look and says, to be honest, I don't have a fucking clue. And you see that he is very tense and he talks to you. You see that he cares deeply about communicating all this stuff, about feeding to you, and you see a lot of discomfort and guilt in him and just this complete feeling of being done with everything. Like when you mention Camarilla, there's just no change, like he doesn't even care about this whole thing.
I will probably lean and give him a hug.
He hugs you back. Right. Let's head back to the others, shall we?
Yes. Let's go.
Need to head back home. Mara, you're standing there thinking about this conflict in you. Nina, just smoking, looking into the sky in the distance. And you hear footsteps, and soon Daniel and Janina approach.
Our warriors are back.
I will smile at Mara.
He's just like, let's just head back, shall we? Nina nods her head, drops the cigarettes, but steps on it. Right, let's head back. And you start walking along the streets. It's not far. You're taking a different route this time. They're leading you through different streets. Roll me perception and alertness, both of you with difficulty 8 again.
Damn rat, my new enemy. After the dog, I have a
What
new
is the
enemy.
difficulty? Sorry.
8.
I have 1 success.
1 success.
You have 1 success. Okay. So you both see a rat appearing to the side, going along on the rubble, disappearing into some holes in it and reappearing again, following you.
But it's one
Keeping
of the
its
evil
pace.
rats, or
Well, you
is it
don't
normal
know.
rat?
It is keeping a pace with you. It looks like a rat.
But deformed like the others, or a more cute.
Did I
Well,
know?
the other rats weren't. No. The other rats were just normal. The
Okay.
rats look just normal. What you saw was the maybe I didn't describe it very well. It was like the shape of a person.
Okay.
Looking
perfect.
very straight, and their head
Yes.
had a little bit in human shape. It looked a bit strange, but
Okay.
the rats were normal looking.
Perfect. I painted them like a horrid monster because they
No.
dare to challenge me.
They disrespected you.
They just looked like
Okay,
regular
that's
rats,
okay.
and this is a regular rat, clearly keeping up pace with
Did
you.
I notice if Daniel and Nina noticed the rat?
They noticed the rat, look towards each other. Shit.
I'm gonna try to go towards the rat. I mean, I don't know how far away it is.
It's not far. Do you want to try to catch it, or do you want to walk towards it calmly?
I want to walk towards it and maybe either scare it, or I will see how she reacts, or it reacts. I mean.
So you start walking towards the side of the street where it is in the rubble, and it looks to you and disappears in the darkness there in the rubble.
I'm gonna wait for like a minute if she reappears, and if not, then I will get back.
The rat doesn't reappear.
All right, then I will go. I will probably look at the hole if I can. Oh,
Wow.
Right. Sorry for a bit of a technical problem. Hopefully it won't happen again.
Yeah,
Yes.
the rat was too strong.
Oh no, I said it
No.
again.
You don't have to look in the hole, Janina. Don't look.
I guess the world just doesn't want to.
Yes.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. I really hope that will be the end of technical troubles. We had, yeah, well, a lot of things hopefully break already. So now we are back to finish this episode, hopefully without such incidents again. Again, fingers crossed for that. So thank you for your patience, and please stay with us. Hopefully we won't disappear again. So Janina,
we have seen the whole.
Yes. I want to see the whole.
Aurora. Right, settle down. Let's play. Janina, you come up to the side of the street, to the building, rubble, as well, what remains of the building. There's few walls still standing. And you look inside into a hole where the rat disappeared. It's completely dark.
Okay. I will probably try to put my head inside of it if I can fit my hand.
Well, you can start walking into the building because, like, you think there is a hole in the rubble and it leads into the building.
Oh, all right, then I will go.
All right, so you're crawling in. Mara, you see Janina crawling into this building, going inside. Daniel takes a few steps towards her. Doesn't intervene quite just yet. But is standing nearby.
I follow her.
So you follow her. So, Janina, you go down. Well, sort of down, crawling under the rubble. And you emerge on the other side. You're in a fairly, well, what used to be a room or two rooms. There is like a bit of broken wall now, standing very short, that used to separate two rooms, and you're standing in this space now. And you can see on the other side, the wall is destroyed, and there is just rubble there on the other side when you're standing there in the space.
I'm trying to look for the rat.
Roll perception and investigation, or if you prefer, survival.
Okay, I will have one more dice if I roll survival. So
Roll perception and survival with difficulty 8.
no success.
No success. The rat seems to be gone. It might have gone like up on the rubble. It may have gone back out. You're not sure. There are a lot of cracks here.
I'm just
you hear something behind you, and Mara's head re-emerges from where you crawl through. Emerges from where you crawl through.
Well, I guess the rat's gone.
Yes. They're not easy to catch. Damn rats.
Yes.
Well, time to reconvene with the rest of the group and plan.
Okay. Let's go back. I just thought that maybe the rat would lead us somewhere. But since I'm not tiny and I can't fit into the red holes, or other holes. It was useless, so let's go back.
It was a good idea, but I need to learn to give them a command. And maybe we can do
sure.
that.
If we meet up with the Roman, maybe you could ask him again.
About that, we have to talk.
About Roman?
Unfortunately, yes and no. Yes, but more in general about what to do.
Yes, we were discussing it with Daniel as well.
Yes.
Let's probably talk about it at a safer place.
Yes. Let's say politics for later.
I'm gonna lastly glance at the room and then go the way back, the way we came.
So you look at the room, nothing moves in it. It's just used to be two rooms. You see the remains of some like crushed furniture, just wood lying there in the rubble. And then sort of higher pile of just what remained of the wall, the broken bricks separating where you are from whatever lies behind the building. And you go back to the street. Do you follow Mara?
Yes, I follow her. The kidnap was too close to be comfortable in ruins, separated. So I stay close by.
You reemerge onto the street. Daniel is standing very near, like where you're crawling out, gives you a hand. Janina pulls you out of there. Was beginning to worry.
Sorry.
Appreciate you trying to catch it, but you can never get all of them, no matter how much you try.
I know.
He looks to you and Nina. Let's just go back, shall we? We won't do anything about that.
Yes. I guess if it follows you for a while, it definitely knows where we are staying anyway, so.
Looks, I think, well, they know we're in the park. I'm not sure they know where exactly in the park we are. They usually don't go in yet. I don't know, maybe they find it funny. And he starts walking along the street.
I'm gonna walk behind Daniel and Nina. And I'm probably a bit slower because I want to go near Mara, and I don't know where exactly she is. So
Mara is at your side, but you can see her.
I would definitely like call out for Mara before we went away to be certain that she's there.
Yeah, and you walk along the streets until you reach the fence of the park and again climb over it. And you are again among the trees in a completely dark area. And you see that Daniel and Nina are trying to walk through the darkest places right now, where the trees are the thickest, stick to the shadows, walking a pretty roundabout way. What are you thinking about, Janina, on the way back?
Well, I think about that Mara wants to talk, and I probably know what she wants to talk about the Camarilla, so I'm trying to gather my thoughts about that, because I don't want to go there, but at the same time I don't want anyone to get hurt, and I do think that at least for now it's definitely be safer with them, and nobody's gonna hold me there. And even if I'm gonna risk it by going there, I want to go there because I want to reconcile with Bea and with others that I care about there, and then we will see. And I definitely think that I don't know what others have like their reasons, but I don't think that Camarilla will turn them down, at least especially now. Though I know that they're just gonna like want them for the numbers, and that's what I think about.
And you, Mara, is there anything new coming through your head, or is it still the same conflict you had earlier?
Yes, Mara is waiting to speak, intended to speak with Janina alone about what she wants to do. Mara doesn't want to go back to Camarilla, and she's not concerned about her own survival, but she's about Janina continuing survival, so she will listen to her thoughts about the matter before deciding what to do.
Right. And you arrive at the water tower, where Nina approaches the door, opens it, walks in.
Before I go in, I'm gonna just tell Nina and Daniel that I just want to talk with Mara here outside. Can you go in without us? We will be there in a while.
He looks around, looks to you. Sure, but be careful and don't wander far.
Yes.
Don't worry, thank you. I'll be back in a while.
And he goes back. He goes in and he closes the door behind him.
Goodness.
And you're left on your own outside the water tower.
I will probably. Ismara, you aren't obfuscated anymore, right?
No, I probably. If there are not people around.
No, there's no one around. It's just
I think I'm gonna find a place nearby, near the water tower, under the tree, and then I will go there in the shadows. So we were at least protected from the sight from far. So we're in the shadow.
Yes, you can easily do that. There's plenty of trees like that. So you sit in the shadow of a tree.
And I'm gonna sit and put my back behind the water.
You feel the ground is a little bit damp, but it doesn't bother you that much at the moment.
So, what do you want to talk about? The Camarilla or what?
I sure miss when we were all together drinking tea on our own. There were better times.
They certainly were.
You can imagine that Nina didn't want just to have a chat, a girl talk.
Oh, I figured out. What did she talk with you?
She wanted my help to persuade the group to see reason and join Camarilla again, basically. And from a logical and survivalistic point of view, I don't disagree with the reasons. They are pretty solid.
Well, I think she's fit right there. And
they will probably be used like us to fight Sabat, but they will probably be allowed to help, and they will be probably safer there.
Yes, for a while, definitely. But I'm not sure. I don't think Daniel wants to go back.
I'm I find myself in front of quite a dilemma because I do want for everyone to be safe.
Yes.
I do want they save our lives and you, well, I'll do anything to keep you safe, you know.
Thank you. I heard what you said to Nina,
But
and I
at the
never
same,
let you sacrifice yourself for me. So don't worry about me. It's gonna be okay.
it's not something you can ask not to worry about you, but I doubt I can avoid that. Anyway,
I know, but
safer option is begging the prince to just ignore your crime and because of the circumstances, and beg her to accept the others in the flock.
I don't know. Do we have to
And
tell
this
her?
is the most safe and logical. She will probably notice, as the Anarchs noticed. I think it's better. This is my thought, at least. But I think it's better if we explain things before someone asks, because the last thing, the least thing we want is that seems like you are hiding it. But that's a second problem. The first is we really want to go back.
Honestly, I don't want to go back. Even
Neither
if I
do I.
could. Even if I wasn't this criminal, I would still probably didn't want to go back because it's just not place for me. I feel much better here,
No.
even though it's not safe. But it just feels better. I feel like a person here, not like a pawn that
Yes.
that is used and has to pretend all the time. But I
Being
want
with you
to others to be safe, but I don't think Daniel will agree, and I don't want to leave him. I'm not gonna leave him.
being with you have taught me many things. One of them is that I don't have to be a monster, even if I look like one. I don't want. I honestly, this is what my heart is saying. I honestly prefer taking my chances and dying, if this is how it's gonna be, dying like a human. Well, like a human. Like a person, like Mara, the whatever I am, then survive to be like them. And we can't survive in Camarilla if we are not like them. We can pretend, but when I know better than anyone that at some point the play become a reality.
I mean, we can go there, pretend to be there, and then go away. I mean, nobody's gonna jail us if we go for a hunt and then not return to them. Like, we should use what we can to help those who wants to go back to the Camarilla, but not letting ourselves to get caught up in there. web.
You want we take the group to the Camarilla and then go away on our own?
Well, yes. I mean, I would help those who want to go back and maybe.
Okay.
Well, let's talk with them and let's hear what the others want to say, because I think we still have to wait when Izydor comes back, because maybe he will sort it out for us and we'll get back with something, and we won't have to be the ones to decide, and we will be deciding just for ourselves.
Yes, I don't want to decide for them. I will help them if they want, but
Yes, especially I want us to be different. We are different than Camarilla. We don't make decisions for others.
yes. I just saying that I want try help convince them to walk down a path that yes, there is survival there is possibility, but there is also, you see what is the final ending of this path we have seen at court. Either you become like them or you will not survive, because now they are all friendly because we have Sabbat to fight, but I don't think they'll be so friendly anymore as the Sabbat is defeated.
But the question is, will Sabbat be defeated or not? Or
It's also a good question.
Realize that we will have to live with them.
There is also a good question.
And that creature, that the Nosferatu that commands the rats, I would really love to know more about.
Yes.
It is. On what kind of side it stands on.
Me too, because Nosferatu are disappearing. We kind of forget that for a while, but Nosferatu are disappearing.
What if this Nosferatu is not on nothing? He's not Sabbat, he's not Camarilla, not Anarch.
Want me to try to speak to the rats and ask them
well,
to
yes, but only
make us meet
safely. If we capture one of the rats, then maybe you can try and use your gift and find out. Or can you give them a message for their...
I can try. I cannot order them to deliver it, but I can ask them. I think if
you can like try to order them to deliver it. You have to roll to make an order. You can talk to them, no problem. If you want to order them to deliver a message, you have to roll for that. But your first lot of animalism allows you to give orders to animals. It just requires a roll.
Okay. Thank you. I can.
So maybe
I also think that if he's spying us, I can send a message. If he's spying us, they will probably be interested in receiving messages. I think
maybe we can try to set up a meeting and see what this creature wants. If it's Nosferatu, maybe it could help us, or maybe not, but at least we would know, and it would eliminate this another possible threat.
Okay. I
much time do we
feel
have?
the moral need to warn you that is probably like over the top dangerous, but I will do that. Just I
know.
just feel better about
Well, we survived
pointing it
some
out.
I mean, I would rather die in a fight with a super powerful Nosferatu than just be beheaded at court.
That's fair. That's fair. I will. I can. What? At one point of night we are now.
Yes. What time?
Is super
Where
late.
It's not super late. It's like halfway through. Maybe you've been hunting before, you've been hunting now. You chatted with Bea a bit. It's a little bit like past halfway point through the night.
All right.
Okay.
So do you think we
next?
can...
Okay. New plan. New plan. Yes, but I need to find the rats.
Yes.
To send a message. So
do you want to look now?
New plan. We have to walk around till we find the rats.
Yes, but maybe let's not tell Daniel
No.
and others
No,
what we are doing, because I don't think they would approve.
No, absolutely, and I'm
Let's just tell
all
him
for
tell them
dying
that we are going
like
to
you
hunt
in a stupid
them.
plan.
Because
Okay.
because I was talking with Daniel and he told me that I should hunt more often, and I'm still not feeling as fat as I would be. So we can go for a hunt, just the two of us.
Okay.
Because now I'm more fat, so I'm more confident that I'm gonna not.
I also I absolutely positive with this plan. I also feel the moral need to tell you that I see disaster the more we are talking about this, but let's go.
Okay, so I'm just gonna... Is the door like closed? Do I have to like knock, or can I open it?
You can open it. It's not locked. It's closed,
Okay.
but it's not locked.
So I'm gonna go inside and I find Daniel and I'm gonna tell him that I'm going to hunt again. Because I want to feel, but this time I feel confident that me and Mara will be okay together.
He looks to you. I'd prefer you didn't go alone. I'd rather go with you.
Don't worry, please. Trust in me a bit. I want to... I thought about what you said to me, and I really need to be more independent, and I really want to try.
It's not just that. I mean, I'd prefer to be nearby, and
it's all right. You hurt your hand.
You're standing in a doorway, right?
Yes.
At this point, Zoya comes up, opens the door wider, looks to you. What your sire doesn't want to say, out of misguided kindness, it's that we don't quite trust your ability not to lead someone right back to us.
All right. So maybe we can meet somewhere in the park. I mean, let's say in an hour.
You want to be independent of your sire for a moment. No offense, Daniel. I can come with you on this crazy escapade, get to know you a little bit.
I would prefer just go with my sister.
Roll me manipulation and subterfuge.
Okay.
I think it's high time for that.
Yeah, does my penalty apply, right?
Yes,
right,
absolutely.
Can I spend... Well, I have only 2 willpower, so I'm not gonna spend the rest of my willpower. So, what is the difficulty?
6.
1 success.
And I'm gonna roll for hair. Oh wow, she actually rolled pretty badly. You had one success.
Yeah.
All right then. I'll walk you
Thank
to
you.
the exit from the park.
All right. That's
And I will wait for you there.
all right. Thank you.
And you can do your thing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And she turns to Daniel, puts a hand on his shoulder, gives him this kind of uneven, playful smile. See, I don't hate them. Now you rest. I'll take care of the kids. And she gently pushes him in and steps out to go with you.
All right. I'm walking. Is she going first or?
She's walking. Sort of with you. She's not walking first. She's staying like evenly with you, more or less.
Mara is on the lookout for rats right now. Is like a rats radar.
You're looking for rats. Okay, well you're still in the park and it's quite dark here. You don't really see.
You never know.
Well, okay, roll me perception and alertness with difficulty 9.
One success.
One success. There are no rats here. You see that in here.
Okay.
You don't see one.
Okay.
But I remember that. Don't worry. And you get to the fence. Well, before you get to the fence, Zoya is sort of walking with you. So what's the rush? Why do you want to ditch everybody? Running off back to Camarilla, aren't you?
No, that's definitely not it.
No.
I just want to hunt, and I don't want to be a burden for everyone. And I want to spend some quality time with my sister. We are used to be alone all the time.
Hey, I'm not the one to interrupt that. So, how's your work for the Venture Primogen?
Well, yes, but the first job didn't go very well, as you. So I don't know. I don't think that we took the position.
So, no more kissing his ass then.
Well, I saw him once.
Well, good for you. I saw him plenty. Can't stand his stupid face.
Well, that can be said about a lot of people in Camarilla.
Right, it can. So, you're joining the movement then, shitty as it is.
Yes, I
yes,
will definitely.
honestly.
I don't believe in Camarilla. I believe in the idea it tries to present, but I don't like the reality of it. Too much.
I think it's only trying to
Escapism.
present some bullshit.
Well,
Hated this certain life and never stopped.
Yeah. Well, I never got into such sort of people in my life, so. But I don't like it. Too much pretense and too much ass kissing.
Yeah, sounds about right. Well, I'm not gonna stand in the way of your, one-to-one time.
Thank you.
You reach the fence at this point. She kind of leans against it.
Give us 1 hour.
Right, I'll meet you right here in an hour.
Okay, thank you.
You take care. If you're not back, you can go back, but just don't do anything stupid, okay? We're on thin ice as it is. We don't need more trouble drawn on our heads.
I know. We will try to make it in an hour.
Yeah.
Just be careful. It's
We
a
will.
dangerous city for children.
Thank you.
And she
Yes.
she turns back and starts walking back into the darkness of the park. And you're left near the fence on your own.
I will probably go a bit far away from the fence so she couldn't hear us. And I say, well, I didn't believe we are gonna get rid of her.
You okay? Before we really do this, you just to be sure, you realize that if this Nosferatu is about, we are dead.
Yes, I realize that.
Okay.
But
okay, just so we are on the same page on the
we will not
craziness
endanger
of this
anyone
plan.
else. If he's not want to kill us, then he will kill us, or she, or whatever its gender is. But we will not lead them back to the
Yes.
Anarchs.
That is for sure. Okay. So probably okay. First we find the rats.
Yes,
Then
and
we think about them.
while we are looking for the rats, I'm probably trying to also feed. So if there will be some easy prey, then I will try to.
Roll me your perception and alertness with difficulty 8, Janina.
No success.
You don't see rats nor a person you could feed from.
All right.
But Mara, you've been on a lookout. You've
Yes.
had a good roll previously. And as Janina is walking around, completely walking past a certain wall, climbing from the other side of the wall, you notice a rat that then stands on top of a wall. Well, what remains of the wall, and is following, looking towards both of you.
I approach the rat, trying to convey to him that I want to talk to his mom. That I want. Well, a rat. What can understand a rat? Like I try to convey the idea that. Your master is so great. Let's talk about your master. We are here to.
So you're imagining this figure,
Yeah,
and trying to convey, wanting to communicate, speaking.
Yes, like we are friend.
Looking towards you suspiciously. You see the same disdain, the same fear and admiration.
I convey the concept that we want to speak with master.
Do you sorry about that. Do you want to give it an order to convey the message?
First, I just say this to see the rat reaction, like if he seems
The rat is looking
hostile to the idea.
And you see it communicates the taste of master's blood. That is wonderful, and fills it with strength. And it's curious if you want some too, because it doesn't want to share.
No, I convey back to him that I will never take the blood from you. We just won't speak. No food speak. Master want that.
If Janina notices it, Janina probably like stays frozen and just watches what's happening, not trying to even
It
like
kind of communicates back that the master speaks to it. It gives it blood. And it's curious if he wants to do what the master says as well. And when it's talking, you see the face more clearly. And it sparks some memory. The pale, hairless face. Slightly elongated, more angular, not quite humanly shaped, with very pale blue eyes that you saw briefly in church in Sabbath.
Okay. Abort mission. I say to the. I say to the. I leave there. Okay, for now is a rat, so I think I cannot get much more from him. And no, I ask what he's doing for Master.
He looks to you, and there's this little bit of contempt and fear as well, and it doesn't want to tell you.
I try to command him. I don't know if I will be able.
Or roll, difficulty will be 8, but roll animal, can, and manipulation.
I'll try. You never know. Ooh, 2 successes with the 2 dice.
So it conveys to you observing, stalking prey, bringing news around this area, bringing news about the dead prey that walks like you.
I pet the rat. And
it doesn't react super well to it.
I pet deep into the rat, and I go back to.
Before you go back, it just
to Janina.
Conveys. It will remember. It will remember you. It registers you, and it scurries away into the rubble. And you go back to Janina. Janina, you realized at some point that Mara stayed behind when you're completely oblivious to all of this. We're walking.
I probably realized, and when I saw her like talking to the, I'm probably staying. So?
Okay. It didn't go bad yet, but it will. Then their master is not Gravedigger, the other Nosferatu.
He doesn't quite look like a Nosferatu. His face is shaped a bit weird, but it is very classical.
It
is more angular.
So I tried to. That person, if Mara's trying to describe describe them.
Yes. I try to describe.
If I saw the person,
yes, you remember that person from
could
hanging
I make
on a cross in Sabbath
together?
You remember a man in a jacket made out of what looked like dried flesh.
So I can put 1 and 1 together. When Mara,
I think Mara can, to be honest, as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
so
Probably more easily if Mara wants to say that that was this guy. I think Mara saw.
yes,
Yeah.
I
so it's
And
just
it doesn't
not-
look like a Nosferatu.
Okay.
That's when you only saw the shape, absolutely. But now you saw his
Okay.
face more clearly. It's very classical, very beautifully sculpted, but more angular, more elongated, not quite human looking.
Okay. It was that guy in the church that, well, it's not a Nosferatu, but they're
I mean, Mara
not
might think it's some strange Nosferatu,
Yes.
I guess, but she's never seen one like it.
like it's
All right,
strange.
so-
The guy, the strange one. You saw that the one with the face
Yes,
done like that.
I
And
think I know which one do you know. So do you mean so? Well, so that's not a good news because that's just another Sabbat Nosferatu. Well, that at least we found out before we spoke to them, which is
Yes,
probably
I see.
good because I mean, considering we were not behaving our best in Sabbat, I don't think they would like to talk with us.
No, they probably just
just-
will just try to like kill me again, but they will probably do that anyway. So,
Yeah. Well,
or there will be an interesting conversation in which the guy contacts me, and I will say, no, you know, it was you were not the man we were looking for. And
well, let's
but
hope.
well, so this fantastic plan.
It didn't go anywhere.
No, it was a bad idea, and it stays a bad idea. Other
Yes.
options. I still want to look into the Nosferatu disappearing at some point.
Do you think
but
it's Sabbat doing the?
I don't.
They are kidnapping other kindred, so
I don't know because I'm still think about also the prophecy, the omens, Bea and the other Macavian.
when she's not
so
around, I forget about the
I think
process.
I get the feeling that there is something other.
Yes. Well,
Just a feeling. I don't know.
have you ever been into the sewers? I guess not.
Why should I do? Why should I go into sewers? They are sewers.
I know, but
They
that
are
could be-
dirty.
Yes, I know. There, where
You want-
most Nosferatu are, and the chance to meet up with another one when we are not in Camarilla is probably our chance.
You want me to go to the sewers looking for Nosferatu?
Well, definitely not alone. I would never let you go alone. I would go with you.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that. I've done worse. Well, not so much worse, but I can do
It's
that.
just sewers. It's just water and sewage.
But dirty water.
I know.
What? No, I can do that. I can do that. You're right. Okay, sewers it is.
How much time did we spend until now?
Well, you still have a bit of time.
So we
Not
can try
quite to
find. I mean, can we
well
try?
to find someone to feed on.
I mean, more like enter a sewer.
Oh, to find an entrance to the sewers. Yeah, roll me your wits and streetwise with difficulty 7. Or actually 8 to find it in time.
Okay.
Hmm.
I have 1 success.
You have 1 success.
Hmm.
So yeah, you actually think back to the time you spent in the resistance. You know, some people used sewers to sneak around and hide. You think back to how people would travel when, you know, you weren't that deep in, but sometimes someone would be discussing certain routes near you. And you are able to locate the entrance from that. A bit of a walk and more towards the city center. But yes, you are able to find it.
All right.
Let's
Are you
go.
ready?
I put off my high heels and
I'm just
I
going how I
climb
like.
down the sewer.
I don't really care.
What is your intention here? Do you want to go into the sewers and wander around, or?
I think what I wanted to do was to find try to go there and maybe find a Nosferatu. And if not, at least some rats. Maybe I could feed on rats at least, if nothing.
Okay, right. You will be late for your 1 hour with Zoya, though.
But she said that if we are going to be late, that we can sneakily. So I'm keeping that on the back of my mind.
Mara is not very convinced about this plan, but it can be it can't become worse probably. So let's do this.
So you go in. It is completely pitch black dark in there. You can't see anything. There is
I
some
can't see anything.
water. There is this horrible stench. It reeks. And you can't see anything.
Janina.
Yes. Maybe we should bring a flashlight.
You should have. We are okay.
Can you at least hear some
I
rats?
can see things.
Because I don't see anything, but if we listen, maybe if nothing, maybe I could at least feed on rats. So this trip wasn't in vain. So I'm trying to listen in and try to hear something.
Roll me perception and alertness with difficulty 9.
No success.
You don't hear anything, just some wind above you, some splashing water if you move, and you are overwhelmed by the stench.
Can I just don't breathe through my nose, like not use it? So I didn't.
You don't. I mean, you sort of register it. Your senses register it. It doesn't like provoke any reaction. You are dead. It's just an unpleasant place.
I will probably try to.
What is going through Janina's head? What is her rationale for wanting to do this right now?
I want to.
Knowing that random Nosferatu will likely be from Camarilla as well.
Well, I'm not afraid of like Camarilla. I like the Nosferatu, so at least except from like the ones from the Sabbat, I only had like positive interactions with them, so I don't really like fear meeting anyone from the Camarilla if it's Nosferatu. Like I'm pretty sure we are going to be like civilized, and so far as they know, we are still Camarilla. So I don't think Janina thinks that there is any like danger coming from a Camarilla Nosferatu.
Why does she want to find one, though?
Well, when Mara said that that those rats are disappearing, and she wants to help her because she's always talking about like that she would never leave Janina and everything, and I just want to do something nice for her.
All right, so you're doing this for Mara.
Yes.
All right, I was just curious. Mara, how do you
Okay.
feel standing in this darkness, in the stench,
I'm so sorry.
not
I'm
seeing
not-
like any way? You only can see like up where you entered. There is a little bit of moonlight there, but it's completely pitch black. You've never been here.
This confirms my idea that there is no reason to stay in sewers for anyone, Nosferatu or not. This is clearly not a livable place. I don't really get why Janina is so has this idea of finding Nosferatu, but is an idea like another. Nosferatu are always been nice to us, so maybe we could find Roman or some of the others. It's an idea like any other, but it's not. The sewers are not Mara element, so she's not very sure how to go to about this mission.
So what are you doing?
You have. You see in the dark, Janina, for
No, I don't.
some
I'm just
moments.
holding like the wall and I'm following the wall and trying to maybe see some light in the distance if there's another one like from the ceiling.
Well,
if there is like, you know.
there wouldn't be unless someone opened the entrance.
There is no like even like two holes like when maybe like a street lamp. If it's like
not quite, no.
All right, because here we have like a sewer entrance and there are like holes in it. Okay.
Well, there might be some somewhere further.
Well, I'm gonna try
it's pitch
for
black.
a while.
So you start walking, and then you feel the corridor split.
Janina, I think it's
you can go straight, or you can turn left.
I'm gonna turn left.
Okay.
Mara, do you follow?
Resigned,
I'm probably
Mara,
like holding her head, so it didn't split. And I'm trying to remember, so the way I came, so I could remember the way back. So if we are going left, I'm trying to memorize left. So I knew that if, and I'm still trying to hold like the wall. So even if I don't see anything, so I know.
Janina,
do you want to go back? Like I know.
Janina, are you really sure about this idea? I mean, I follow you, but I'm not sure it's a good idea. We needed a torch, at least.
Yes, I think we came unprepared. I kind of didn't realize it's going to be so dark. So do you want to go back? I don't want you to. I don't think we are finding anyone.
It's quite pointless.
It is.
If you cannot see anything.
Yes. So right, let's go back. And I'm gonna go my way back to the way we came.
So you start walking back.
I guess.
And you hear something crash under your foot.
My first reaction is, oh my god, some kind of shit.
No, it's more like something breaking.
Oh. Right.
Well. Janina?
I'm still here. Did you hear it?
Yes, what was that?
I have no idea.
we have to touch.
Just go. Let's
I
just
think.
continue walking. Just let's go. No worries.
No, or let's see what you step on.
So
Okay.
you
Mara crash
I will-
and try to see what Janina destroyed or killed or I don't know.
starts it's not super deep here. You start feeling with your hands and you realize it's like a bone and then there is just a body there.
Mm.
Someone long dead.
Uh,
And it stinks all around in this area.
What is it?
oh, we have our
How do you
stupid
feel,
plan,
Mara, coming across a
something.
dead, mostly rotten body in the darkness of a sewer? You feel it on your hands now. You know there would be whatever was remaining of the flesh now sticking to your palms.
Yeah, the corpse has been taken, if I heard
Sorry?
correctly.
Sorry? I didn't understand.
The corpse has been staked.
Oh no, it's not steak. No, it's just a dead body, partially decomposed, so that some of the bones were exposed, and Janina stepped onto one bone. That's all.
Okay, so it's probably human.
Most likely, yes.
What is it, Mara? And I'm trying to like find her and also try to find what I stepped on.
So you also feel a dead, rotting body under your...
I will probably like, oh my god, it's a dead body.
Definitely, there's something in the sewer.
Well,
maybe we should.
Janina, you
okay,
would know.
let's go.
Yeah,
Lots of people just died and hid in the sewers during the war.
That's what I was about to say. I just think it doesn't need to be like supernatural death, because a lot of people during the war hid here, and you know what happens sometimes.
Okay, let's just go back on the surface. And
I will probably try to look at the body with my hands and try to find maybe something on it, like if there's like clothes, maybe like something that could be like interesting and maybe like that I could bury somewhere if it was like some, I don't know, necklace or something.
So you find like moving your hands all around it, you find a chain.
Okay, chain on the neck.
Like very thin chain.
All right,
and something hanging on it.
All right, I'm gonna try to look at what that something is with my hands, if I can.
It's just a very small round thing.
Cannot-
It's a necklace. You think it might be? Oh, many people wear these necklaces with some saint or with Virgin Mary.
Okay, I'm gonna try and rip it out.
You can easily with your strength.
And I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
Break it, and you have it in your hand now.
Let's just go back.
Yes, let's go. Let's hope we will not disturb another body.
What are you feeling, Janina, now? Having looked on this body, turn off the chain.
I feel sad because I remember the war and how many people died and how many of them are just buried somewhere where nobody will ever find them. And that maybe if this trip was for nothing, at least we found this person. And now I have the necklace and I will bury it at the cemetery somewhere.
And with those thoughts, you reach the place where you entered the sewer, and then you can climb back out.
I will climb back. Smelling probably not.
Yes, you are back on the street now.
All right, let's go back to the park and maybe right into the lake because
Okay, then let's just rethink about another strategy in the meantime.
well, at least we found someone and hopefully we will bring them peace. And I put, now when we are outside, I'm gonna put the necklace and I'm gonna look at it under the street lamp.
It is a very small picture of Virgin Mary.
And I will put it back in my pocket and I will find a place to bury it.
And you walk back towards the park, right?
Yes.
You get to the fence of the park.
How much late are we for? Well, hour.
Zoya is gone.
Okay.
You don't see her around.
Okay, so we are climbing the fence and probably try to.
I just do a perception and alertness roll because I'm paranoid.
Of course.
When I don't
yes.
see.
And you keeping an eye out as well, Janina.
Oh, okay.
No.
If you think Janina would be lost in thoughts and forget
I think I
about this.
wouldn't because I was just.
Yeah.
I don't see anything. Everything is fine.
Okay. Difficulty would be 8. What did you have? Nothing. Did you have any ones?
I have a 8 and a 1. So
Okay, but
nothing.
it's not a boss. That's what I wanted to know. Okay, you don't think anything is following you.
Can we go to the pond or lake or what was it from here? Do we remember?
Yes, please.
Yes, you can. You possibly both of you can more or less recall the layout of a park. You might have been here before. It was open to the public before the war. And of course, you've never seen it in ruin and in darkness. But after wandering around for a little bit, you find a pond.
All right, I'm gonna get off my clothes and first wash them in the water so the stench was gone, and then I'm gonna wash myself.
I probably follow suit.
All right, no problem. You wash yourself a bit. And well, you're still in dirty torn clothes, but you remove some of the stench of the sewer from you.
I'm gonna wear back all of the wet clothes.
Okay, so. But we can look into finding the Nosferatu tomorrow with a better plan. It's not a bad plan. Yeah. Roman at least is sympathetic, let's say, to anarch ideas. So yes,
I miss him.
Maybe they can give us information at least on what's going on.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
All right.
Well,
we just need
let's
torch.
Okay, yes. And we go inside probably.
Yes, we will probably try to find through the shadows away back to the water tower. But
You find
I'm
it
extremely
eventually.
careful.
Yes, so you walk around, you get lost a bit, which helps you make it an unobvious route. But you eventually get to the water tower.
All right, so we go inside.
So you go inside and you see Nina sitting on a pile of various blankets, talking with Oscar. You see Wanda, the young girl, who now has her big shoes off, and you can see her feet that are larger, covered with the tougher skin and a little bit of fur and almost like claws, very short ones, but still. And she's just extending her legs and resting her back against the wall and sitting there. And there is Daniel and there is Zoya, who both look to you as you enter.
Sorry,
Still
Will.
alive.
Yeah,
Well, you took your sweet time,
I'm sorry.
Zoya.
There's
I was catching rats, so
we have
Fun.
well, not particularly happy information, but I identify, let's say, the guy who's sending the rat. I don't think is good news. Let's just say, it's a Sabbat I only saw during our
yes,
captivity.
I saw.
We didn't get any. He seems like one of the, not like a foot soldier, so to speak. He seems like an important guy, but
Zoya stands up. What the fuck did you do?
the rats they're not here, luckily. In the city, they are still looking for us.
Well, yeah, they're always fucking looking for us. What did you do? And you can see her clutching her fists, looking tense. She's not quite angry, but she is worried. She's tense. And Daniel stands up as well. I told you they were all Sabbat, and everyone is now looking to you. What did you say to it?
I spoke.
What did you say to it?
I ordered him to
and I with my
say.
eyes tell.
You can't convey that with your eyes. Unless you want to look extremely guilty.
No, no, I'm just like.
I ordered the rat to say to me with his master. And he described this guy. End of the story. I cannot do much more with my level of power.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can't do much more.
Well, who is it then? Sabbat. You say. Quite high up, Sabbat.
Yes.
Fuck. Are you absolutely sure they didn't follow you here?
I'm sure. I'm pretty
sure. I'm sure.
Yes. Because we took a big detour.
Zoya looks to Daniel. Wanda, they all are exchanging glances now. Nina and Oscar are sort of visibly staying out of it. But everyone, there is very tense atmosphere right now.
I'm sorry, is the guy I know the less about the bunch of people who kidnapped us. So really, I just know how it is how he looks like. I don't even know. It seems like a strange Nosferatu. I don't know the name, right? They never
guy?
say his name. Yes.
Of the guy? No, you don't know. Gonna make a roll.
Well, I don't know how useful this information can be.
What do you mean, strange Nosferatu?
It was not exactly deformed, but it was not like
Don't forget the
human
coat,
either.
the flashy coat.
And I can describe him at best of Mara ability, he looks, what it looks like.
She looks to you. Everyone is sort of listening. Most of them look kind of confused. Zoya is looking kind of unsettled.
I don't know much more. He just briefly appeared in their headquarters and then go away. They didn't even say his name. I don't know if it can be useful information, but
it is useful information. Be quiet for a second. You talk so much. And she is like clearly deep in thought now. And at this time, there is knocking on the door. Zoya like almost jumps.
I'm probably the closest to the door.
Probably Mara too jumps, like.
Shit. You can see her pull out a revolver out of her pocket, put it in her hand, and the door opens because it wasn't locked. And you see enter a man, maybe in his 40s, slightly hunched, wearing sort of stained workers' clothing, and a grey cap on his head with some loose threads coming out of it, all pretty messy look. He also has rather messy dark facial hair, and a faint smile on his face.
Okay, he's not the Rat Master.
No, it's not. Well, at least doesn't look like it.
Okay. Mara put herself in front of everyone, like, to protect them valiantly with them.
So you try to do that. Well,
Yes.
I guess you stand like in front of Janina. Wanda stands up. Daniel stood up. Do you look around a lot at others? What do you do? How do you react, Janina? Mara kind of stands in front.
If she's standing in the front, I have my eyes set on the guy and I'm just trying to see what he's going to do. So far, I'm just like concentrated on him. And if he's going to do something, then I would probably jump in front of Mara to save her. But if not, I'm just watching him.
So see everyone watching kind of tensely. You hear just as the man enters, moving back. Have we lost Dolores?
No, I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Okay, so I just don't see you. Okay, it's fine.
Yes.
And
See me?
it's okay. Don't worry. It's fine now.
Like...
No, it's fine now. So Oscar gives this frightened sound, moves back. Nina stands up and also moves forward. And you see her looking to Oscar and looking to this person
giving a very focused stare, while the man smiles and says, "Good evening, children." Nina steps forward, makes a slight bow. Primogen, welcome. How can we be of help? At this, you see Zoya kind of lift her pistol, and Vanda stands like ready to jump. Daniel also reaches for an axe that's been standing somewhere by the wall, and they don't do anything, but they all reach for whacking. The person who entered smiles at the two of you, ignoring everyone else completely. Looks to you, Mara, and to you, Anina. Well, I'm afraid I have to interrupt your little holiday from responsibility. You've made quite a mess of it. Anyway, you two, get ready to go. Your mother needs you.
Who are you?
You are?
Well, person who cares, obviously. That's not important right now. What is important is that your mother was looking for you, your adoptive mother, who's done so much for you. And like good caretaker, she went trying to save you, had a rather unpleasant encounter with your Mina. It left her rather shaken and broken. I interrupted it, of course, but she needs care. And her daughter is busy right now. I believe you two have a duty.
What do you want us to do?
Well, you should go pick her up.
From where?
She's in the basement of a building on Koshikova Street, number 13. You'll recognize it. It's a building completely in ruin between the few that are still standing, rather taller. There will be a side entrance to the basement. She's in there, in a very poor shape.
How can we trust you to say that you are who you are claim to be?
I don't claim to be anyone. I've been many people. You shouldn't get so attached to identity.
I want to see who you really are, or I'm not going.
I look at Nina that seems to have recognized him, if I recall right.
Yes. She called him the Primogen.
You know him?
She just nods her head.
And he is... We never met him before.
Yes.
He looks to you, my dear, and puts, as you're saying, we've never met him before, puts a finger on your lips. It is very rude what you're doing right now. I believe your mother taught you better. Now, don't be ungrateful brats and go help. You can bring her here. I'm sure, well, your friends with whom you're playing at, well, whatever you're playing at, won't mind helping an elderly woman.
I look at Janina.
I'm not convinced. It can be a trap.
I will help her for what she
did
for us.
Do you say I'm not convinced it can be a trap?
No, I'm not saying it.
Okay, right.
I said it like as a person.
Okay, right.
I'm just not saying anything.
What do you say, Mara?
Yeah, I don't. If they. Well, I don't know if I can bring her here, but I will help
Of
her
course you can.
for what she had done to us with us. But
Of course you can bring her here. They won't mind, will you? And he just looks to all other people in the room, kind of carelessly.
I don't like this guy. I don't.
Zoya
And I'm
just
thinking.
says, yes, of course we will help an elderly woman, but she is holding her revolver. Eyes of this guy.
we will help. But you will leave. You, the Camarilla, or whatever, will leave
Shut up.
alone.
The moment you start saying, but you, he looks straight into your eyes and says, shut up. What is your willpower?
Ooh, I have plenty. 2 points.
You have 2. So, you are able, you're not able to go beyond but you. As you want to say it, you want to make condition. You feel in all of your being the presence of this person, their order, the strength of their will that crushes yours, and you are unable to bring yourself to pose any condition. He gives a warmer smile. Well, I am glad I can count on you. I will expect to hear that your family reunion went well. Please take care of her and please say, give your best wishes to your sister from me. She needs you right now, more than she lets on. You wouldn't want to abandon her, now would you? And he gives a smile.
I stare at him with the deep 8, but I can't do anything else.
He gives you a smile, pats you both sort of on one arm. All right then, children. I have a much more important thing to take care of.
I can like avoid being touched.
You can try, but you would have to retreat very sort of. It would have to be like very obvious jumping out of the way type of thing.
Yes.
Roll
Absolutely.
your dexterity and athletics. With difficulty 8 if you want to be graceful about it, 7 if you just want to move out of the way.
Dexterity and athletics.
Yeah, dexterity and athletics.
Difficulty?
Do you want to be graceful about it?
I don't think I'm thinking about the gratefulness at the
Okay,
time.
then 7. 7.
No.
No. So you can't. You flinch, but you're not. You react a bit. It like took you out of surprise. So he just pats you all. Right then. Good evening, children. Please don't wait too long. She needs you right now. And he turns back and walks away, closing the door behind him.
I'm looking at Nina. Who is this guy? I have never seen him in my life.
Everyone
Still
sort of
convinced to go
relaxes
back to
the
Camarilla.
moment he leaves. Nina just say, I am not 100% certain, but I believe he's the Malkavian Primogen.
What?
You see.
Well, Bea mentioned about him, but that he doesn't want to be found, and now he's trying What an asshole.
Okay.
Well, are you asking me to explain the reasoning of a Malkavian primogen? Because, Dario, I'm afraid I can't do that. You shouldn't have been talking back to him like this. And Zoya says, no, you fucking shouldn't have. Whatever that was could have killed us all.
It's the first time I see that guy in my whole life.
And he
I
comes here and
fucking
orders us
don't like
around.
him. Okay.
It's fine. It's not like I'm pleased he came in here doing
Okay.
all that.
We go. Okay, Janina, we
Let's-
go. We
All
do
right.
this thing for him. But I don't want.
We will help Felicia.
I'm so done with Camarilla. I'm
Yes,
done with them.
me as well, but we will help Felicia.
Yes.
He has a point. She helped us before, and
Yes. But that
and
is
Bea would never forgive
over.
us if something happens to her, and we could have helped.
Yes, I will help her. Yeah, because I owe her, but that's about it. After that, I'm done with them and with their mind tricks and whatever.
Yes.
This is the people that should keep us safe. Fuck. And Mara angrily like go out
Storms out.
and
So you storm
wait
out.
for Janina actually because
I'm
see,
probably
and
go to
wait for
Daniel.
Janina actually because
What are you doing, Janina?
I'm going to go to Daniel and tell him that we obviously need to leave and help Felicia.
Who is that person?
Who is Felicia?
Yeah.
She is the woman, the kindred that adopted me and Mara.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
At first I thought that it was a trap, but I don't think the Malkavian primogen would care enough for that, because Felicia was looking after to find him, and
Fuck knows what they're thinking.
I don't know, but we owe to Felicia. He's right about that. She was good to us, and although I'm not exactly good with what she is and how she treats Bea, well, she treats her well, but it's a long story, never mind.
Oscar comes up to you, looking still very shaken.
Do you know this guy? Is it really him, the primogen?
Is the primogen, yes.
When is the last time you saw him before this?
When was that? 3 years ago or something? It was a woman then.
I see. All right.
I don't know who they are, really. But they wouldn't be setting up the trap. Why? Why do that?
Yes, that doesn't make sense. But also, I don't understand why he doesn't help Felicia himself.
He did. He said he saves her from this Sabat bitch.
Well, I know. All right. He probably doesn't want to go back to Camarilla.
Maybe. I don't know.
We will have to go because we owe her.
Right.
And more
Take
for
care
her.
of yourselves.
Yes, we want to do it for Bea.
And you see that he's shaking right now. Like his whole body starts to shake.
I'm gonna put
And
my...
Nina comes up to him and kind of wraps And you put a hand on him, and Nina starts to like hugging him.
It's gonna be okay.
He nods his head.
He won't hurt you.
I know. He doesn't hurt. Well, they don't hurt their own. I'm not really sure if it's a he or she or whatever they are.
Of course. All right, we will have to go. How far is the address that he gave us?
Maybe half an hour walk.
Yeah. Okay.
Less
so we
than
can
that.
make it.
You can make it, yes.
All right. So I'm gonna grab Mara's hand and we will go. If
I assume Mara was waiting sort of a bit outside because she
Mara
stormed
is
out
waiting outside.
and then waited for you.
All right. Then I'm gonna follow her, and in case anyone wants to follow with us until like the last time, until the end of the park, or if we are free to go on our
Daniel
own.
just squeezes your arm. Just be careful.
I will be. So are we allowed to bring Felicia here?
He looks to Zoya. Zoya shrugs. Yeah, bring her here. Doesn't matter anyway.
All right.
Roll perception and empathy. It's quick play. Or difficulty 7.
1 success.
You see that Zoya doesn't seem to care about that much either way. She's very preoccupied and scared about something different. Well, like, she's uneasy about meeting the Primogen as well. She just doesn't really care about bringing Felicia in here. Like, this is just, she's just like, oh yeah, it's fine. And she's deep in thought and very unsettled.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna nod to Daniel and then I'm gonna leave.
And you're both outside.
And we are going through the shadows carefully to try to find our way back.
Magnificent storyteller. Can I regain a point of willpower for my nature of rebel?
Yes, I think you can regain a point of willpower for that.
Yes, I'm at 3.
And I think as you are walking through the shadows towards the exit from the park, we will stop for tonight.
Why?
We will never find out.
The cliffhanger.
Yeah.
The worst
Because
cliffhanger
this is
after
time,
the whole.
and you will find out in 2 weeks when we reconvene. So we will be back on the 20th of July, the same time, 6:30 p.m. British Summer Time. And we will catch up, hopefully, with Bea and what she's been up to while all this was going on. And then we will learn if Mara and Janina really found Felicia. So thank you so much to everyone for watching us. We really hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you will join us again in 2 weeks. So see you then, and have a good night. Bye.